Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Cynthia, and today's reading is going to be a surprise specific layout, which is a playlist that I started on my channel to thank commenters and viewers for leaving comments on my content, because if you know anything about the YouTube world, that's important for your post to get traction. And it's just my way of showing thanks to people for engaging with me. And it's also just, it's easier for me to tap into the collective of people who catch my readings if I have some kind of like 3D engagement with them. And I don't mean that it's only going to happen if people comment. And so it's not like that. But I've just found that to be true, that if I feel more connected to the people who are watching, it's easier for me to tap in. And this is a relatively small collective, but one that I'm really grateful for. And this person's initials are MD, and I already reached out to them to let them know. And hopefully they'll see that and know that this is their layout. The other thing that I wanted to add, though, is that when I conceived of this playlist, I wanted these readings to also have relevance for anyone they happen to come across. Although this is very specifically for someone who has shown appreciation for any of my content in some way. And it doesn't have to be positive. It can also be a comment that has some criticism woven in. I'm fine with that. I've gotten healthy enough in my own life that I can handle being critiqued and have my work be critiqued and challenged, including this work. So I really appreciate your comment, MD. And this is for you. And I'll just go ahead and get into it. What I decided, I should have done this before I started. I decided to do a point in time layout for you. So hopefully it's going to be helpful. A point in time is a very linear tarot layout about what's happening for you in the present moment, and any context that seems important to lead up to it, and what you have to look forward to beyond the Fool card. The Fool card represents you in this type of layout, and I needed to pull the Fool card out ahead of time, and I forgot to do that. There's always a lot of little things I need to do to get set up in here. And that's one that I forgot to do, which is pull that card out ahead. But I'll just go ahead and do it now. Also, I don't know if this is going to have specificity for MD, but it definitely, as I was getting ready this morning to get these cards and this set up, there's an old school song. It's either from License to Ill or Paul's Boutique, but it's She's Crafty. I think it's from License to Ill, and that might not even be the name of the song, but it's a Beastie Boys song from back in the day when I was a kid, listening to them as a young person. I don't consider myself a kid anymore, but songs like that can take me right back. She's crafty and she's just my type, right? So that's a really good classic song of theirs, and I can't remember which album. It's one of those first two, either Paul's Boutique or License to Ill. So that might have meaning for this person who I'm specifically doing the layout for, or it might have resonance for somebody else. But it was a surprising and kind of unusual. I haven't thought of that song in a long time. I'm still a Beastie Boys fan, although there are some bands from back then that I used to love them, and I don't really care for them anymore, which is always a little bit surreal. It's not that I don't care for them, but I outgrew them, or when I listen to them now, I'm like, man, I used to love this band, and I just don't have that in my taste cravings anymore. It's weird kind of how tastes will change over your life. In high school, I was kind of rejected metal, for example. I didn't really like metal. Metal was kind of at the height of its image over the music itself kind of thing, which is then what grunge kind of was a backlash to. And now I love metal, and I have all this reminiscence for metal because most of the guys I ran with in high school listened to metal. I had a handful of people like me that were more into alternative, but anyways, I'm on a music tangent here talking about music. So that might have relevance for you. Finding your peace through music and through nostalgia and being seen through lyrics and helping cope at times with lyrics and with music that's meaningful to you. So let's get into it. What is this going to reveal for us? This will be a point in time layout. Thank you for being here and for supporting my work. This is what I've been really loving to do lately. Even if I feel kind of sad or in a funk, all I have to do is think about doing a card layout and I feel a little boost. And helps me know that I'm doing something that's in my purpose that I really love to do. And so anytime people engage with it, it feels very warm and loving and awesome. All right, point in time for you. I hope this will be helpful and relevant to you. At the bottom of the deck is the Page of Swords, which is this could represent you or someone in your life who you feel like is keeping a close watch on you. Or it might be you being in a little bit of like stealth mode, like a page might be. A page in medieval times wouldn't necessarily attract a lot of attention to themselves. They would intentionally be flying under the radar, carrying out the wishes of the court or whatever, and in delivering messages. And so it could be something like that you're sort of watching and waiting before you open up about a message you need to give someone. Or it could be that you feel that someone is watching and waiting regarding you and what you're going to do. But in any case, this is the card at the bottom of the deck. So now I'm just going to give this another shuffle here, and we'll get you your point in time message. What is going to be important for MD and anyone else who catches this layout have relevance for them about the current moment in their life, their current time? What will be helpful for them and hopefully of comfort. That's my intention, is that this is comforting and uplifting and confirmation, right? That you're on the right track or that you might need to change course or watch out. Sometimes the Page of Swords can indicate a spy. So if you feel in any way like someone might be watching your movements, that can be a confirmation of that. Gosh, this is lots of pentacle cards here. Lots and lots and lots of pentacles, along with the Wheel of Fortune. So this question is going to have relevance for you as to your material security, either your finances or your home or your personal feeling of safety in the world, in your body. And I mean, my goodness, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know why it came through so strongly that there were lots of pentacles here. Oh, it's 5. Yeah, 5. So 5 pentacle cards here. And they're definitely cards about being in a relationship. So who's this over here? Yeah, this is, it's shown as a figure, but it's the 9 of Pentacles. And that card definitely represents a figure in tarot, so I can see why B Nettles chose to represent a person with the 9 of Pentacles. So let me just get this, let me take this in here. So something about this relationship, this is about a relationship for you. because right here we have the king and queen of pentacles, which to me is a couple, right? And it doesn't have to be gender specific. It's just how the figures are represented in tarot. So it doesn't, you could be the queen here or the king, either way. It has something to do with your fate and your money and your welfare, right? Like the wheel of fate in your life, the wheel of fortune in your life, relative to this relationship. There's communication that has happened. This is in the past, either recent or even could be more remote. You'll know as I'm describing events how close to the present moment these things have gone down. But this queen has been in communication about your fate as a couple, maybe, or her fate, or what she thinks is going to be right for your fate or their own. But there's a little bit of an illusory quality to it. And it's kind of brought you to a decision-making point here that's been stressful. It's been a decision that's been really challenging to make regarding the relationship and regarding the realm of the heart and being able to tell what's real. There may be some mistrust is kind of what I'm picking up in this relationship. There's been some mistrust. You haven't quite known how to perceive this communication that you received by them. There's a quality to it that seems illusory. Or maybe that it's just too much, like too saturated with something. Maybe their energy. It's got you in a place of conflict. Like you may have even had words, the communication that came in from this person. I'm sensing that this is you here, that you are the king of pentacles, and that this was communication that came to you from a partner that you either are in a love relationship with currently or have had a love relationship with in the past. And it might be decisions about whether you're going to stay together, how your resources are going to be distributed between you. This could even be something like an offer that this person has come back in and tried to offer you something, but you're not very trusting of it because the decision has you kind of stressed out. You might feel a little bit paralyzed, like you know that you're about to begin a new start or a new iteration, either with this person or on your own. But because this communication came in, it threw you off, or it made you feel embattled or conflicted towards them in some way. So that's the context leading up to the present moment. The Wheel of Fortune is a big card. It's a major arcana, and it's here with the Moon card as the other major arcana. So again, it's representing that there's some illusion present. And let this confirm that to you. If you have suspected that there's something in this dynamic that shouldn't really be trusted, or that may not be for your highest good or the highest good of everyone involved, it's important to acknowledge that. It doesn't mean that you're not being trusting enough, or that you should set those concerns aside and try to just listen to this person's beautiful words, right? Your instincts are telling you that something different is going on than that. It may be something that you're very familiar with, and I'm just shining a light on it as confirmation. You may already know, like, yeah, I know I can't trust what this person tells me, or not. It may be that when this person comes in and speaks words to you, they have an effect of confusing you, and you're not sure how to take them or what to do, but something doesn't feel right. Something makes you feel uneasy about it. It could be maybe that this person struggles with an addiction. The Seven of Cups can represent that, but it can also just represent like too much of a good thing, like love bombing even, or not telling you the full truth, telling you half truths, or laying out a buffet of options for you that seems like, wow, I could really take this anywhere, but something about it feels like a trick or something, right? Like that's what coming through. And it's got you kind of worried. It had you worried. You haven't really been sure how to deal with it, and it's made you feel conflicted about the relationship. Even if what this person's saying is sounding positive, you feel conflicted about it. There's also something greater at work here because it is a Wheel of Fortune card. There's some sort of feeling of destiny or fate for you, or that this person may have changed your fortune. For example, like this person may have had an impact of like really getting you in a sort of chaos of not understanding what is the true you may have at one time felt like this was a fated relationship, for example, and there's this lunar quality here that's a little bit of, oh no, I'm sorry, there's another major arcana, and it's the Strength card. So that's encouraging. Given that there's kind of this illusion here, the fact that you have the power of the Strength card behind you is very encouraging. I just want to say that. It might feel, though, like you don't have the strength, but you do. Anyways, so coming now to the Fool card, this is our present moment. In the near future, there's communication coming in. There's a lot of people involved here. Lots of court cards, lots of people. So in the near future, there's going to be some messages coming in of a fiery nature. It's a Knight of Wands, followed by a Queen of Wands. So you might have met someone else, and this Queen is aware of that and pulling out some stops to try to get you back. You know, it could be like a love triangle here. A Knight of Wands is a really passionate energy. These could also be other people involved. I'm going to pull some clarifiers for you, but my hope is that this is already, you may already know who I'm talking about here. But a Knight of Wands and a Queen of Wands, those cards are in relationship to one another, right? A knight, if you think about a medieval court, a Knight of Wands would be carrying out the wishes of the Queen of Wands. So you might be feeling torn between these two players here, these two queen energies that are coming up. And you may have a lot of passion for this new queen, but there's a little bit of risk here for you that the passion might cloud your judgment, because you may be vulnerable to wanting to put this situation behind you and jumping in head first with someone else without using a lot of measured discernment. A Queen of Wands is a powerful queen. She's very creative, and you may be connecting to this person in your sacral chakra, in your creative center of yourself, in the fire element within you that's driving, or not driving, but that's attracting you to work with them. There's passion here in this dynamic. You are good on your own. That's what this Knight of Pentacles is doing here, but you may have struggled to feel that way. A Knight of Pentacles is a very independent, Nine of Pentacles is a very independent mover. You're sovereign and good on your own. You don't necessarily want to be alone, though. I think that's why there's this pull here to this Queen of Wands. You would like to reconnect and find love again. It's important to remember that you are good on your own and you can maintain your strength in that. So what I'm sensing here is that there's a little bit of a temptation involved with this new queen, that you might be going to repeat a cycle. Yep, that's it. It's coming through. The cycle here of the Wheel of Fortune, you might end up repeating a similar pattern with this new relationship if you're not willing and able to stand for the things that are yours and that you're good on your own, whether this queen or that queen is involved or not. It's important for you to remember your own sovereignty, your own center of gravity for your own fate and fortune, and not handing it over to a love relationship. And I don't say this with any judgment. We've all been there, me included. Love can be very appealing in that way, romantic love, where a Queen of Wands can be somebody that might have you under a spell even. I don't mean literally, but like the attraction is so powerful that it can be very seductive in a way that you want to abandon your own strength and your own center to get lost in the fire of the passion of this new relationship. There's a full moon coming up. It's on Saturday, I think. And a lunar quality here is an energy that you've got to be careful. I wouldn't be signing any contracts with either of these people or putting down any kind of strong commitments in one direction or another, other than to yourself through this lunar phase. It's about who you're going to collaborate with, if anyone. That's what's coming through here really strongly. And you don't need to repeat the mistakes of the past. Even though this is very catalytic, this new opportunity, there's a risk here because the only swords present, which is the air element, is the Five of Swords. So you've had some conflict in your mind and you've had a trouble making a decision right now. And it's really, this is advising is that it's important not to make a decision while there's this lunar energy present. It's okay to be standing in your own, again, like I said, your own center of gravity, at the center of your own fortune and your own wheel and your own well-being, your own energy, your own strength, your own power. This is the most powerful fire with this Major Arcana Strength card. This is your fire right now, and it's okay to stand there. If anybody is going to have a problem with you putting things on pause and just saying, I need some time to myself right now, I don't want to repeat mistakes of my past, I want to kind of get grounded again in my, however you communicate those kinds of things. Any relationships that's worth it is going to respect that, even if it makes them feel uneasy, even if they're worried that you may not choose them because you're going to take some time for yourself. That's theirs to manage, right? This is what this layout is saying. You can trust that standing in your own energy and center is going to be the best thing for you right now, for your own wheel of fortune and future, is to stand within your own energy and hold out on who you're going to work with and collaborate with going forward until you've had more time to yourself. I hope this is helpful and resonating. It's really coming through strongly in the way that it's kind of tied up in this beautiful bow. Your fate, your fortune, your decisions about your life, it's really feeling impacted by others' behavior. And it's okay to say, yeah, these other people, I don't know yet who I'm really gonna want to work with, and because of that, I'm gonna work with me. I'm gonna have my own back right now through this time, and anyone who cares about me and respects me is going to respect that and not see it as some kind of personal slight or something they have to get back at me about. Or if they decide, you know what, I'm going to walk, I don't like you having that kind of boundary, then you're avoiding repeating a painful cycle from the past, even if there's a little bit of a sting to it because this attraction is so powerful. So this person might be really, this new person might be really expressing a lot of passion and desire for you, and that feels good, right? Especially if you're attracted to them. But it can be something that can carry you away if you're not using discernment, and there's a little bit of a missing swords element here. So while you're going through I know I keep saying this, but it's the message is just coming together like this. While there's this lunar energy afoot and this kind of quality of deception possibly, or illusions, just have your own back, and that's perfectly fine, right? Anybody who's truly cares about you and your well-being at all levels will respect that, right? So let's pull some other cards here. It kind of seems like this is a love relationship. If it's not romantic, it's about close people to you that want to work with you, like starting a bit, but I have a sense it's kind of the realm of the heart because of the Seven of Cups here. But it's really about your material welfare and safety, and guarding your own coin, guarding your own material well-being, including your body and including what you have, right? What's yours in the physical world. It's okay to protect that. You don't need to make choices out of this embattled Five of Swords energy. You can hold tight and bide your time. Like that Page of Swords that was at the bottom of the deck, just watch and wait and see how people respond to you having a boundary, and it'll be very instructive. If people try to push or get manipulative or resent it or make you feel guilty, that's a cue that they don't respect boundaries, right? And that's good information, even if it's sad to face that kind of a truth. So it's okay to kind of be in that Page of Swords energy of watching and waiting, and writing out this lunar energy of uncertainty before deciding who you want to build with going forward. What are the words of these players? I'm asking now, I'm going to ask for first the words of this Queen of Pentacles. What would she be saying? Or what did she say? What were the words that she used or has used regarding your relationship and your connection? And again, it could be reverse. You could be you could be a feminine energy. This king is representing you, but you could be a feminine dealing between two lovers, right? What was this Queen of Pentacles words in this relationship? I bury myself in work to forget you. And that's very in keeping with the Queen of Pentacles. So she may have shown up and given you that information. Like, I miss you. My workaholism is to try to forget about you right now, right? We need to let each other go. So maybe you weren't so ready to let her go. But you sense that there may be something about that that's not, I don't know. There's something that you're not trusting about that. It might be that you're in, okay. I think that's what the 7 is. It's that because you have all these choices, it's overwhelming. This person may be truly speaking from their heart, and it's got you conflicted because you've got this passionate new interest and you're not sure. And this Queen came in to say, we should let each other go. I'm trying to forget you, but it's really hard. And now that's made you be like, well, God damn, do I want to go back to her and let's talk this out? Or do I want to just forget about it and move on? Want anything else from her? I don't react when other people mention you. So the impression I'm getting is that she reached out to you to describe that she's grieving the relationship and that she misses you. And she may be, this is the kind of thing where I've done it, where I've said, I just need to forget about you and move on. But really in your heart, you don't totally mean that yet, right? Like, I kind of sense that that's something that happened here, that she said, like, I'm trying to move on. I'm trying to forget you. I'm burying myself in work to do it. I'm not reacting when other people mention you. We need to let each other go. But yet she told you that, right? So there's some reason that she's wanting to engage that may be belying a little bit of that, right? That she might still be open to rekindling. Now, how about this Queen of Wands? It's interesting because I'm not typically a reversals person, but the Queen of Pentacles is in the upright and the Queen of Wands came in the reverse. So I don't know. Let's just see. What are this Queen of Wands words about you and the connection? If she were here speaking to us, what would she say? What would she say to you about your connection? I love you unconditionally. Wow. So she's got big words for you right now. Like, I'm in love with you, right? I love you no matter the conditions. I love you even though you're torn between me and somebody else, right? You were the best thing in my life. So I don't know, this might also be someone from your past, but you've got two people that are really offering you a lot here. What they're saying, this person might be holding out and saying, I'm trying to move on from you, but it's really difficult. This person is saying, I love you too. You're the best thing going in my life, or were. I'm becoming a better person. So I have a sense that you have a past with this person also. So it's like two people have come back around in your life. And I can see why you're feeling really conflicted and torn about what to do here. Because if these two people are speaking these truths to you of love and deep love, right? Not just like, oh, this is great, I'm attracted to you. It's like deep, deep expressions of love and passion. One from a sorrowful place, but one that's been speaking to you, nevertheless, about the difficulty they're having in moving on from you. Here's this other person who's saying really similar things. Like I said, I don't typically read reversals, but this person came in the reverse. So do with that what you will. You may already sense that, or it may not have relevance here. I'm okay either way. You'll know your story better than me. What else? The advice is really to maintain your own energy and center right now, and don't rush this decision because things are not as they seem. There's an illusory quality here. It's not a good time to make a choice when you're in this kind of inner conflict like this. It's okay to let some time go by and watch and wait, like that Page of Swords. That's really good advice. Let's do some Colette Baron Reid cards here. What's some good information for you about making this choice in love and who you want to work with going forward in your future? In any case, I can see why. Putting myself in your shoes, and I can feel your energy kind of right now. I feel it. It's like, God, both these people are saying the things that maybe they never said before. That just came through. You may not have known this in the past with them. They may have been withholding to some degree. And now that they've seen that they're going to possibly lose you, they're both coming forward. And, a lot of people would like having two people fighting over them. But the sense I have is that it's really stressful for you. You don't like that there's two people who are expressing or not, you don't like it, but it's really putting you in your feelings and confusing for you. So it's all the more important that don't rush, like bide your time here. Pay attention to how they respond to you, setting a limit and saying, I just need time to think or something, right? I'm not going to make any kind of choices until I feel more sure of my own energy, right? My own security on my own strength. It's not about how I can show up for you at this moment. It's about how I can show up for myself. And I'm going to pay attention to that through this full moon. What are some nice words here about that can help you through the time? What's important to keep in mind with these energies? Treasure Island is at the bottom, so in the upright, I'm going to choose that because it feels important. Community in the reverse, and come to the edge in the reverse. So these are some guidance messages for you about this circumstance. I'll read Treasure Island first, card number 9. And it's in keeping with the 7 of Cups. You have a lot of a bounty right now in terms of these relationships wanting to give to you or saying that they want to give to you in some way. This Queen, not so much, but I think it's an indirect way of saying she still loves you. Even though she's saying we need to let go. I'm overworking to forget about you and I'm trying to hide that. I'm trying to have a poker face. But first, she communicated that to you. So to me, that's an indirect way of opening the door to you. If is this how you've been feeling? Do you miss me like this? How's our breakup been impacting you? Let's see, 9 of, just 9, card number 9. Treasure Island, and I'm gonna read the relationship message. Your relationship is a treasure, providing even more than you need, but you may not see that right now. No matter how long you've been together, you and your partner are always discovering hidden gems about yourselves and each other. Now is a time of discovery. It's as if everything is in sync, that Wheel of Fortune. This feels fated, like it's an opportunity to take a different path going forward. It's as if everything is in sync and everything is new again. Romance blooms and love is in the air. You can be assured that this partnership will bring you great gifts and valuable lessons. Keep your heart open. The message of this card is to celebrate love and what it teaches you. So that's another reminder for you, actually, that while this may have you stressed out, even if sometimes people might resort to a little bit of manipulation or something, it's really important that you remember the other party's feelings here. And I sense that you are. That's why you've kind of been in this conflict. But you might have also gotten lost in the conflict of your own conflict. And however you move forward, you're being shown an abundance of love here. So if you're at some point choosing between two people, one of the first things you can do is just thank your creator for all of the love that's coming your way. Even if it's got you feeling embattled, these are people that are really laying themselves bare. This person, it's about to happen. Maybe they haven't shared this with you yet, but they're going to. And it's important to recognize that and not stomp on anyone's heart, I guess, is what it can feel embattling to have more than one person vying for you. So that's a position of power that you don't want to forget that you have in this equation, and don't hurt people unnecessarily who are trying to show their true colors right now, right? That's good advice, because you do have a lot of an abundance of love expression coming towards you. And then the next card is card number 8, Community in the reverse. Beware of compromising your integrity in order to belong. How do you dim your light or change yourself so others will accept you in the group? Do you hide who you really are in order to play a role within the larger whole? This will never fulfill you. Now is the time to assess your willingness to be real. Stand tall, like that Nine of Pentacles. Be you. Authenticity is true self-expression and the only way to empower yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself and step into the role your heart tells you to take. Making yourself small bears too high a cost, which that came through, right? Like, it's important for you to be standing in your own strength, your own center, and allowing some time to pass. And these folks can respect that, ideally. And if they can't, that's something to take in, right? It's information to take in. And then finally, card number 36, Come to the Edge. And that came in the reverse. Fear is leading the way into places you don't need to go, that Five of Swords. Most of what you fear at the moment is an illusion, the Moon and the Seven of Cups. Most of what you fear at the moment is an illusion stemming from an old belief that isn't even true. Now is the time for courage. You will not be lost at sea. You will not watch everyone else get what you want while you are left alone and unloved. Oh, the drama of it all. False evidence appearing real is hovering over you. The more you dwell on fear, the more real it will become. Ask yourself, who inside me is afraid? Love that part of you. Ask, is this true and real right now? The answer most likely is no. Give yourself a hug. It's okay to be scared. Courage must be summoned, that Strength card. In spite of your fear, even when you're not feeling confident, Spirit will always catch you. That's so beautiful. I hope this is reaching you and that it's comforting and that it's okay. There's something about the dynamic that scares you. And I could see that being anything, like feeling forced as a child to choose between your parents, right? If that inner child wound is getting activated, even if it's between two lovers, no wonder you're feeling all that stress and fear and anxiety and distress. Like, what child wants to feel forced to choose between their parents? And for some reason that's coming through, and that might tap into this fear. Like, I'm not going to be safe unless I choose right now, but I'm worried, sick about how the choice is going to hurt the other person, right? Like, it's okay to wait and rest and hold off and watch and get yourself back into your center and examine who inside you is afraid. That's really beautiful advice. I love how that came out, actually. And I'll just do one more card here. A card that can be an animal energy that can help you to emulate the energy while you wait through this lunar phase and this uncertain terrain. What kind of animal energy can it help you to emulate? Eagle. Oh man, eagle. Vision, perception, protection, intuition, focus, candor, achievement, dominance, and ardor. So I have a sense that you might not quite be feeling in that energy right now with that kind of vision, wise, discerning. I mean, that's the air element, totally. Get connected to your air element in some way and allow this cycle to pass, allow this current energy of confusion and fear to pass by getting reconnected to the supreme air element within you. I mean, an eagle is like a symbol of royalty, a symbol of God in some cases, right? And in some religions. And it's all of that sort of sense of mastery and power and wisdom that feels like it's eluding you right now. It'll be really wise to try to emulate that eagle energy and reconnect to your own power here. And don't be giving your power away to the decision, but let yourself be comfortable in your center until your vision clears again. So thank you so much for being here. And thank you again, MD. And for anyone else who catches this, I hope that it reached you and that it's going to be helpful to you. And happy full moon. I'll see you in the next one.